Hello, Dave. Today is Saturday, the 19th of March, 2022. I am the Bro 9000, and I trust you are all functioning well today. Today, we are discussing Beverly Hills Cop, starring the great Eddie Murphy. Let's start as we mean to go on. Let's get the guests out. Hello everybody, when you need a reach around behind your moisture evaporators, we have the droid for you. Ask Uncle Owen, it's Z3PO. Hello, buddy.
Oh, hello, sir. I've just received notice that I've got to return to my place of work. 1 day a week, as from next week.
So soon.
Yes, I am quite dreading it, sir, as Uncle Owen is my supervisor.
Oh, is that in preparation for what's coming around the corner in a few weeks?
Oh, I do believe I have to prep for something.
Oh, car crash, waiting. Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you. What a great film.
It is, mate. It is. It's just a shame we've got no guests.
Oh, I'm sure we've got one more to bring out, sir.
Can you believe it? So you're looking forward to this, mate. It's genuinely good to have you on, mate.
Thanks It's a bloody good film, and an absolute privilege to come on here and have a chat about it.
I will, if I may, I will just say to Dermot McQuaid, Dermot, I keep asking, and you know what? I'm getting a bit. I'll persevere with it, buddy. I'll persevere. So, shall we get the next guest out?
Oh yes, let's do that.
Okay. Last but not least, complete already. He is the wise elder of the channel, the writer, the portal, the director, and paid up member of the Selfridges Appreciation Society. He is the great mega geek himself, Ian David. I've seen Beverly Hills Cop for free. Diaz.
Hello. I was about to say, get the fuck out of here. But I thought I better not say that.
You just said it. You're right, pal.
Yeah, I'm all right. You know, Beverly Hills Cop's one of my favourite movies. It's a shame about the second and the third, but hey. But yeah.
I don't think two's too bad. One's a tough act to follow, you know, but, you know.
Yeah. Oh, we're in to go.
Right, okay. So, can you believe it's just us? Can you believe it?
I know, it's so cozy, isn't it?
Very, very intimate. It's a shame because our usual peeps, mainly P-Cats and Renier, really do love this film, but obviously they've got commitments. So let's do the blurb, okay? Let me get my screen graphics up. There we go. Right. Beverly Hills Cop, 1984. Release date, UK, January 25th, 1985. Can we 27 years? No, 37 years.
Wow.
Fucking hell. Certificate 15, 1 hour 45. It's a very good running time. Directed Martin Brest, without an A. Writers Danilo Bach. He wrote the story, or her, perhaps, I don't know. Danielle Petrie Jr. screenplay, starring Eddie Murphy as Axel Foley, Judge Reinhold, Billy Rosewood, John Aston, Sergeant Taggart, the mighty Stephen Burkoff as Victor Maitland, and Lisa L. Batcher as Jenny Summers, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, produced by Linda Horner, can't quite see it, associate producer Michael Madder. Exec Don Simpson produced. Laurie Weintraub, exec in charge of production. Music by the mighty Harold Faltermeyer. Budget was $13.13 million, and get this, so you can see why they wanted a sequel. Gross worldwide, 316,360,000 and a few dollars.
Wow,
so
that
this
is
was
a
made
lot.
300 million profit, and that's in 1985. Can you believe it?
It's incredible. I mean, Eddie Murphy was hot property back then, wasn't he? Back off the Saturday Night Live stuff, and it just done 48 hours trading places, and that most hilarious, delirious concert, which if you haven't seen, can thoroughly recommend.
Have a Coke and a smile and get the fuck out of here.
He basically did Beverly Hills Cop instead of Ghostbusters, and in fact, Ghostbusters, the Beverly Hills Cop made more money than Ghostbusters. Everybody thinks that Ghostbusters made more money than it. It's one of those Hollywood things that people think something happened, but it didn't. Like, for instance, everybody thinks that 1941, the Spielberg film, was a huge flop. It wasn't. It made a crap load of money, but it wasn't received very well from the critics. So one of the things that people think that is Ghostbusters that year made more money than any film, but it didn't. Beverly Hills Cop made more money than Ghostbusters, would you believe? And Eddie Murphy was meant to be in Ghostbusters, but he turned it down for Beverly Hills Cop. So there you go.
Did he also turn down Star Trek 4 at some point?
He did, yeah, apparently. But they changed the whole story, didn't they? They changed the whole story because he turned it down.
His character was supposed to have a really major arc in it.
Yeah.
And actually be front and center. But when he bailed out, they had to rewrite the whole thing.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right, okay. Then. So, Mr. Brown Alliance, please like, share, subscribe. There's the poster with Jenny Summers' Merc instead of that blue crappy Chevy. Right, here we go. So, who would like to start? Z, do you want to start first? Thoughts on the film?
It's a fantastically well-paced comedy. It's something that you can just plop on at any time, watch in the background, and still be glued to it. It really is a great film. I hadn't come back to it I think last time I watched it was about 10 years ago. I came back to it, and all the lines from the film, all the key lines and dialogue, just all come springing back because that's how they stick in your head. I think you mentioned it earlier. It's like an album, an old album that from start to finish.
An old Genesis album.
Yeah, and you haven't put it on in a while, and you whack it on, and all the lines come back to you, and it's just brilliant. It was thoroughly enjoyable to see it again.
Ian?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite films, actually. As I said, it's a real surprise because the whole film hangs on Eddie Murphy. It really does, and it's funny, and it's also one of the things that people forget about it is that it deals with the politics between, I guess, Detroit and the way the police. The whole system is run in Beverly Hills, very completely different to the setup in Detroit, obviously, because they have hardly any money. So you see the difference between them both. I do like it because the fact that I'm a working class stiff and Axel was meant to be a working class policeman and where he comes from. Because in the beginning, obviously, it shows you Detroit as it is. I don't know if it's still like that. But
I think it's worse now, isn't it?
Is it? Oh dear!
Yeah, it's bankrupt, isn't it? It
was it?
Yeah,
but it shows you what Detroit's all about. Car, making cars and stuff like that. But also, it shows you the beginning is completely Detroit, and it shows you the difference between that and Beverly Hills, and it is a fish out of water story because obviously Eddie is from his characters from poverty-stricken Detroit compared to money and luxury Beverly Hills. but thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I'll always remember this. It reminds me of my youth, and it reminds me of one of the times when a black guy was a lead in a movie. So, because I'm not saying it was rare, I'm just saying that it was, every time it happens, it's a bit of an oddity, because the distance between someone being a lead in a film, from the last one, there'll be a huge distance between them both, if you know what I mean. So, yeah,
I would say
we
maybe
almost got a very not black person for this role, though.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Who was
Sylvester Stallone?
It's definitely.
I cannot imagine watching this film with Sylvester Stallone doing these lines.
Well, he took all the ideas, because they didn't like his screenplay was too dark, so he took his all ideas and he made Cobra, didn't he? Out of the ideas that he put in Beverly Hills Cop, and Cobra didn't make as much money as Beverly Hills Cop, surprisingly enough.
Disappointment that was.
Yeah, I didn't like Cobra. I thought it was very silly.
I didn't. I don't think it was one of Stallone's better ones.
Yeah.
My thoughts on this movie. Have you both of you? I know Ian, you've seen it you saw it at the cinema, didn't you?
Yeah, when it was first released. Yeah.
Z, did you see it at the cinema?
I did see it at the cinema, and I think everybody who did can really attest that the weekend after, literally everyone, wherever they were, was going, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Literally everybody was doing it in an Eddie Murphy style voice. But yeah, I watched it in the cinema. It was one of the first movies I had on VHS, and one of the first ones I got on DVD. I think I've still got it.
If memory serves me correctly, I did not see it at the cinema. However, I think I saw it on rental, on VHS rental, and then it was one of the first what was released for a tenner. So yeah, we'll have that. I love this film. It's a great film. It's like watching. It's like, as we said, it's like you just. I've not seen. I don't think I've seen it in probably 20 years. And you just know all the lines. And my late mother, God rest her soul, loved Eddie Murphy. I think this was probably her favourite film. So this film's special for me. Eddie Murphy was fantastic. And going back on what you said, Ian, about the black lead.
Yeah.
Nobody in the UK didn't even cross anybody's mind, really, would it?
No, it didn't.
Only in the USA.
Well, the thing is, though, it's every time something like this happened. I mean, I can only speak. I mean, look, I'm not white, but I wouldn't class myself as black either. I'm in between. But
transitioning.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if you look at my brothers is as dark as Eddie Murphy, and this is from the same father and mother. So my parents, like my mum's half Chinese and half Trinidadian. So, I kind of got my mum's shade of skin, and my brother's got my grand shade of skin. Do you know what I mean? So we've got multicolor in our family. So when I was growing up, it never made a difference between what color people were to me, because I was in a family of different colored people, if you know what I mean. So, but I do know the West Indian people, obviously, because my mum comes from the West Indies. So I do know when something like this happens, they cheer it. They embrace it, because it's another man of color who'd made it huge in the States, or made it big. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it means a lot to them, more so than people who are, who are white, I guess. So it's the same thing with Sidney Poitier as well. When Sidney Poitier came on the scene, every time he made a film, it was an event for West Indian people and stuff like that, because they like seeing themselves up there. But Eddie Murphy crossed that boundary between white people and black people. He literally crossed it, because
thought it was fantastic.
Because when Sidney Poitier made a film, it was about his color in a roundabout way. But when Eddie Murphy made films and stuff like that, the color thing didn't cross anyone's mind at all. He
No.
was just a person that was in the film playing a character. So there you go.
And playing it very well.
Yeah.
I'll just catch up with the chats. Romeo Tango November Zulu. If you watch Cobra as a black comedy, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wookie Fever 1969. My father loved Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop and 48 Hours,
Yeah.
another great film.
It was, yeah.
He didn't care for the cursing, but he thought those two movies were funny because of Eddie.
Yeah. He crossed the boundary between the white and black, and
did.
I think he was one of the first, and Michael Jackson too, I guess, did
Mentioned
that too.
in his film, yeah.
Yeah.
Time Prophet, hello, Time Prophet. Is Eddie Murphy a replicant?
Probably.
That's what I said.
Don't get Cockney Spock started on that one.
And then again, Time Prophet. He's always on form. Is Time Prophet Feck? Was he black? He was, mate. He was.
But the thing that made me the thing that they didn't say was
Hello, Shane.
in the Beverly Hills Cops didn't say, oh, that black guy from Detroit. There was no mention of his color in this film whatsoever.
Negative,
at all.
Yeah. Whereas
So
now, if it was made now, it'd be all over.
Yes,
and multi-page ad campaigns, blah 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 blah, whatever, fucking blah. Wookie Fever 1969, Beverly Hills Cop, Trading Places, 48 Hours, Coming to America, great funny movies, and get this, money makers.
Mm-hmm.
I'd chuck The Golden Child in there as well. I love that film.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Everything that he did during the 80s is thoroughly rateable.
That is a good CV.
Mm. Yeah, Eddie was flying high, and he could do no wrong at that point, and he was very, very young. I think he was how old when he made this one? 20 something?
Yeah,
27?
20s, wasn't he? Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah, I think he was in his 20s. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was in his 20s.
Yeah, but do you know the just a little bit of trivia here? You know the guy?
Trivia?
Yes, it is. You know, Todd, Sergeant Todd, his boss. The guy who plays his boss. He's a real homicide detective in real life. That became an actor. Would you believe that?
Wow.
Z, what's the name of the actor? I think he died, didn't he?
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he died.
Time Prophet in the chats. It's Inspector Todd.
Yes.
See, I even know the names, although I don't know the real names of the.
This is not my luck. Yeah, he was a real cop. He quit being that, and he was running for mayor or something like that. So he was a real cop, and he did work in homicide. So
when I was watching that tonight, do you know who he reminded me of?
Oh.
I don't know if the guy from Resident Alien is basically.
Him. Yeah.
I just thought.
They're very similar, aren't they?
Yeah.
In delivery.
Yeah. Time Prophet in the chat. In Richard Pryor movies, he used to mention black himself every 5 minutes as part of the joke.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about Eddie Murphy. He does mention it a lot when he's on stage, but when you look at the movies, you look at 48 Hours, they didn't refer to his color at all, as far as I remember. Actually, no, he did when he went into the bar, in the cowboy bar. But that was obviously played for laughs, but they didn't make a big thing out of it. And him, Michael Jackson, and I can't remember, Sidney Poitier, no, because they always considered him black. For some reason, they didn't consider Eddie Murphy black at all. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a strange one, isn't it? How people think.
He referenced his color once in the film, which probably wouldn't get
mentioned.
Yeah, as a joke on 20 minutes. The November word, as it were.
Yeah.
Romeo, Tango, November, Zulu. In my opinion, Eddie Murphy.
Will Smith.
Appeal to all audiences, white, black, etc., because of his incredible humor. Same with Will Smith. He did with Fresh Prince. Humor crosses boundaries. It does.
It does, yeah. And you
It
know,
does.
it used to be the most successful R-rated film ever. And I think The Matrix Reloaded beat it. I think.
But it did take its title from the best little whole house in Texas, who held the record previously.
Didn't Will Smith was considered for the role of Neo, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Thank God he turned it down.
I think maybe at some point we should do a stream on films where an actor or actress was pigeonholed and it was changed. Yeah. Because Matrix with Will Smith, that would have been a totally different animal.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Same with this. Same with Stallone with this.
Yeah, well, I said Stallone wanted to make it darker, but I think Dom Simpson and I can't remember the other guy's name. They wanted to do a comedy action cop film. That's what they wanted to do, and that's what they did in the end.
Yeah. I'll just say, Dermot, I'm going to do my best for you because when this Obi-Wank starts, I'm going to do my best for you, mate. Right, okay, so shall we... I think we should get on with the slides then. So, there you go. That's old school, isn't it?
Absolutely. Paramount. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Old school. Beverly Hills Cop and Detroit.
Yes, second highest grossing film of worldwide of 1984 after Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Well, that year, Indiana Jones, was the top ranking film of that year. Yeah, and I think Beverly Hills Cop came second, and then Ghostbusters was fourth or third. I can't remember. But, yeah.
Here you go. Going back on what I said, Time Profit. Will Smith turned down the role of Neo. I bet he regrets that, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't. He's made loads of really great movies on Will Smith.
Well, it'll have just starred in the new Matrix. So maybe I'll take that back.
I think they're making a sequel to what's that one where he was the last man on Earth? I can't remember that one. Can't remember what that was called. Remember that one where he had the dog and him?
Yeah. Chat, help me out. I know what it is. I can't remember. I even went to see it.
I
even went to see it at the cinema.
I think they're making a sequel to it. Apparently.
Yeah. And it was based on the Omega Man, wasn't it? The Charlton
Yes, it was.
Heston one.
Yes, it was.
Chat, help me out. My brain's gone to mush. Okay, so lots of little snippets of Detroit life in the. Here we go. Time Profit. He is a legend. And you are Time Profit. Thank you. So, yeah, lots of little Detroit snippets. The old man there.
And these are all real people, apparently. They're all people that live in Detroit.
Hence why I chose him. Because I'm sure, God rest his soul, is not with us anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
Couple of Jacko kind of fans, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. MC.
I am legend. Yep.
We know you are, mate. Okay. It's a bit of a shithole, isn't it?
Yeah, but run down. There's no money.
Captain's in. I am not a real person. We know, mate. Then Romeo Tango November Zulu. The Charlton Heston film was better, had a more poignant ending. Charlton Heston, great actor.
Damn you all to hell. Yeah, Charlton Heston.
Get your stinking paws off me.
Yeah.
Maybe we should cover one of those films at some point. The Planet of the Apes.
The original ones.
Oh, God, I love them films.
That reminds me of when I was a kid.
Those films. Yeah. It was a treat to watch those.
I can't remember which channel it was, but they did a season where they did one every week.
ITV probably.
ITV, yeah,
ITV,
it was. Yeah.
And that was really great to watch. Just sat down and watched those religiously.
Such a great. Even the new ones weren't bad.
Do you
Okay.
think this world has too much stuff? Like, for instance, if you look at TV,
Yes.
when we were younger, it was a pleasure to wait for the next Planet of the Apes movie on ITV, wasn't it? Now you can just, have anything you want. Really, you can go to Netflix and find it. Or
Yeah, you'd have
Amazon.
to. Back in the day, if you missed it at the cinema, you'd have to wait 3 years.
Yeah. There's something about those days. Maybe it's just because I'm an old fart. Something about those days that
Most
I
definitely.
miss. I miss, with a passion. I miss the whole idea of waiting for stuff. Oh well, never mind. All different
Produced
now.
by Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah.
Jerry Bruckheimer was he the drug monster and hooker monster?
In what?
He had a very, very bad drug habit.
I think Dom Simpson died, didn't he? Jerry Bruckheimer is still alive, isn't it?
No, chat,
Yeah,
help me out here.
Don Simpson died, and Jerry Bruckheimer is still alive. Jerry Bruckheimer has produced loads of films since Don had died.
I know one. Yes, one of them died.
I think it's Don.
One of them, it was known within Hollywood circles as he was a bit of a drug monster and liked his girls, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Hollywood for you.
Yep. Okay, so there's a truck, and the film starts, and very nice product placement.
Well,
a truckload of Lucky Strike cigarettes. Never get away with it now.
This scene was really good because, as I said, when I first saw it, I had no idea what was going on, and I didn't think he would be a cop. When it first started, I think, yeah, typical. He's a cigarette runner, but then he turns out to be a cop as well.
I will just say the guy on the left, Frank Peschke, died.
Did he?
A month ago.
Oh wow!
Aged 75.
Wow, what the hell? I like this. I like this scene because of the fast talking Eddie. He's literally talking really, really fast.
Yeah. Time Prophet. This scene reminds me of RoboCop already. Yes.
It's definitely got the same aesthetic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And obviously, was it the Neutron dance? Was it Neutron dance?
Yeah,
the soundtrack on this fantastic. Yeah.
It started off with Glenn Fry, The Heat Is On, and then straight into the Neutron Dance, which is actually on my personal playlist. I love that song.
That is, as I said, it's a cracking product placement. Lucky Strike cigarettes, unbelievable. There you go. See, you even getting him recommending them to the kids.
Yeah, it's got a federal stamp on it. You can't get any cleaner than that, he says.
Time Prophet, he looks like Wesley Snipes there.
No, what is wrong with you? He looks nothing like Wesley Snipes. God, what the hell? He's like, what is it? Was it Samuel L. Jackson being called? Remember that? One of those, what's it? Newscasters called him the guy from The Matrix. I can't remember his name now. Do you remember that? There was a big thing in the news about
Negative.
You don't remember it?
Oh, he looks like Morpheus.
Yeah, him. I can't remember his real name. No, it's calling him Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. I'm like, well, you can't tell that's Samuel L. Jackson. Do you know what I mean?
Totally different. Captain says Pointer Sisters. Yeah. Yep.
Eddie Murphy looks nothing like Wesley Snipes. Absolutely nothing like him. What's wrong with you?
Time Prophet, you're wrong, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. For the product placement with the federal stamp, can't get cleaner.
I mean, this is back when cigarettes were freely advertised, weren't they?
Yes.
So the advertising they're getting there was worth its weight in gold.
I wonder if they paid for it. They probably would have, wouldn't they?
Well,
2000.
either they've got to mock up all those boxes of cigarettes for the chase scene, or they just get a sponsorship deal in and product placement, and they can destroy them.
A sponsorship deal.
Mm.
It's definitely a sponsorship deal. And in those days, right, they were so happy to give you stuff. Like my first movie, I got white shirts from Marks and Spencer's, and my movie was an 18. So they supplied us with a crap load of white shirts. Do you know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Whereas now they can't shift them, can they?
Well, now they're too aware of what their product is associated with. That's the thing. So, and they're too greedy now. They want money. So there you go.
So Foley is on a sting operation, isn't he? And he's after $5,000 for the. See, I even know all the bits.
This is a $2,000 thing.
Yeah.
I need. Let me say. What's that word he says? $5,000. I need 5,000. So yeah, this is a really good scene. Yeah, Eddie's really on par here, isn't he?
Yeah, even the guy on the left's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's very, very quippy street dialogue. Like, I promise to make it up to you next time. Blah blah blah.
What happened? Because he escaped, didn't he? This fella on the left. He didn't get. In fact, I think both of them didn't get caught by the police. He ended up in the second one,
not.
Fella, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember.
He ended up in the second one. I remember. But yeah,
the police turn up.
Yeah, they really look like cops. These two, don't they? Like they've been on the desk forever, or been driving around forever.
So here we go. This is the guy at the front is waiting, and he goes, "Get the fuck out of here!"
The truck, it just stopped. It just stopped, man. You got some jumping cable. Great.
And then he says, "Do I recognize you?" And then he goes, "Let's see Buffalo. Some ID." Yeah,
yeah. No, that ain't me. I'm from Buffalo. He says.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at this chase, sorry, go ahead, Z. Sorry.
Oh, I've got to say, the ridiculous size of the sirens.
Yeah.
The lights and sirens on these vehicles is amazing because they look like somebody's tried to make a TARDIS out of a car.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Time Prophet in the chat. Hang on, there is someone missing on the panel. I think the entire panel's missing, to be fair. But... And then he goes, just can't think who it is. Brian's still recovering from his trip to China.
He went to China?
China.
Wow.
China. Yeah.
Hope he didn't bring anything back with him.
Yeah, he went to Wuhan, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
And unspecified virus of unknown origin.
Yeah, he brought a present back with him. But anyway. So we have a truck chase to, I think it's the Neutron Dance, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant song. Yeah. In those days, they were really up to par with soundtracks for movies, didn't they? Because they knew the soundtracks would sell at that moment in time. So obviously, they plied the Beverly Hills Cop with a lot.
You know what? Right, I think I bought this soundtrack on.
I've got
LP.
it. Yeah, I've got it.
I'm sure I bought it on LP and it's in the loft somewhere.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah.
And I've still got it, yeah.
Because I remember it's just fantastic and Harold Faltermeyer. Okay.
I'm not entirely convinced that's not a stunt guy in a wig.
Yeah, it is. Not as worse as the guy that came out the truck and started running. He had a full head of hair. That stunt man. Do you see the ending when he runs off? You're like, wait a moment, he's got a full head of hair. The other guy
just wait until you see the Buffy table.
All right.
Okay, so big truck chase. This is before it starts to get really hairy. Even the bus.
Stunt with the bus.
And I love this scene because right the way through it, you can see the crowds of people who've come to appear to have a look at the stunts being done. And unfortunately, with every single stunt that they do, they've always got people in shot, and it's hilarious. Yeah. Big crowds of them at some point.
I think I noticed that back in the day, but never an issue because obviously they have to film and people are interested, aren't they? So
Yeah, if something like this actually happened as a big chase, there, I guess the crowds will form. I guess I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're right. They are
Yeah.
there
So
because of the filming.
yeah. So
Well,
the sorry, Z.
well, no, go ahead. I mean, I was just going to say, well, if you heard that the hottest movie star was coming to your area, yeah, I'd probably be there as well. I mean, I went to Neen Valley Railway just so I could get a glimpse of them doing the train scenes from Octopussy.
Yeah.
Romeo, this film shows the amazing power of practical effects. They wrecked so many cars in that scene that it sucks the audience in because it feels real. There was a lot of automobiles destroyed, yes. It's probably where most of the budget went.
No, but it's
Well,
a cheap thing.
the thing
You
is,
go
they
to
would have been
scrap
old
yards.
scrappers, yeah.
Yeah, you get some scrap yards. I mean, what you're talking
Yeah.
about? What spending? What maybe?
Nothing really.
Yeah, about what is it? Less than $100 for a scrappy old car, and then they fix them up a bit, to make them look okay, and then they smash them up. That's what they do.
Time profit. I wonder if the stuntman had to do
Blackface. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, so the truck has finally come to rest, and the guys run off. So he's in the back of the truck.
Foley, we should have known it was you.
So he was doing this sting for these cigarettes from the
Unofficial.
the Dareborn hijacking, and they didn't even catch the guys who were doing the sting, and yet he wrecked half the city.
But it was obvious that Todd really liked Axel Foley, because if anybody else had done that, they probably would have got their arse handed on a plate and told to leave. But he says to him, doesn't he? You're a very talented cop. That's the thing, and he just tells him off.
Yeah,
more or less, because what he's done is basically definitely broke the law. Eddie Murphy's character's broken the law.
Yeah, wrecked half the city in the process. Yeah.
But it is a comedy, so there you
go. This is the guy from Aliens. Paul
yes, it is.
Reiser.
Yeah. And he was also in a long-running show with Helen Hunt, a long-running sitcom, I think it was. So yeah, he's famous for that in America.
Yeah, I know the show. I can't remember the name of it though. Time Profit, Dearborn, which is in Massachusetts. So the Paul Reese character is telling Axel that Todd
is looking for him, not happy.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
Yeah, this one's for Captain. La 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 la. I am not listening. La 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 la. Yep, Captain. Yes, it was Massachusetts, one of the early ones, buddy. Yes, and they also had massive chew sets. Think about it. Thinking man's joke. Okay, so.
Foley.
Yeah.
The Americans pronounce it folly. It's not, it's Foley. I don't understand why the Americans keep pronouncing it folly.
They can't even say aluminium, so.
Axel Foley. His name is Foley. In the film, they say Foley.
Yeah.
Well.
La 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 la. This stream is finishing. Time Profit gets it. Cheers, pal. And don't know what that is.
Tooth.
Nothing but the tooth. Kenny Everett classic, yes.
Yeah.
Then Inspector Todd. Is that fucking Foley in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Sheriff Mike from Resident Alien.
And his dad, you mean?
Yeah. I've stopped watching that.
Yeah, so have I. I'm
have you stopped?
Upset.
No, I watched this week's Resident Alien and it fatigued me.
Oh I can't. When something like that happens, I just refuse to watch it anymore. Just can't watch it.
It was one of those. I don't know, pointless filler episodes that focused far too much on insignificant things. If you get my
Captain
understanding.
I do.
in the best possible taste. Then Romeo, Paul Reiser show, Mad About You. Yes,
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Didn't Helen Hunt? She had a brother, didn't she?
I
Called
don't know.
Mike.
Oh, for God's sakes.
I'm here
He's
all
a
week.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, MC. There you go, boys. Look at that.
I just
Fact.
hope, because Barry's coming, season 3, Barry's coming. I just hope they haven't turned that woke, because I would really be upset, because I love Barry.
3 fucking years I've waited for that.
Well, it's because of the COVID, wasn't it? That had to stop. So,
but luckily they turned it to their advantage, because the guy who wrote Barry did season 4 at the same time on lockdown.
Oh God, I really do hope it's not woke.
Please, Barry, please. MC Cupid stunt, and then literally straight after Captain Cupid stunt.
It's done in the best possible taste.
We are honoured. Is here. Hello, sir. Never trust Carter Burke. He will you.
Yeah. This is not my locker.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, good to see you. It's been a while. He goes, this is not my locker.
You've got to hear my side of the story. What's your fucking side of the story?
Let's hear your side of the story.
Yeah, let's hear your side of the story.
You're a good cop. Don't fuck with me,
But you
Axel.
don't know every fucking thing. The next time it happens, your ass is on the street.
Yeah. Did was it the mayor or the mayor speak to Todd, and he just chewed my fucking ass off?
The mayor, was it the mayor spoke to so and so, and
to Todd. Yeah, and then Axel says, "You got a little bit of your ass there, Chief." He goes, "Don't fuck with me, Axel. You're a good cop. Just go home." Yeah. Or something like that. That's what he goes, "Don't fuck with me, Axel."
I think it's don't. I can't remember what he said there. Don't mess with the Axel. Go on, go home. And then you have the theme. Dun, 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 dun. He's trying to park his car, which had no brakes, that keep rolling down the hill.
Rolling down the hill, yes.
I love this scene. I just love the idea that he has no money. He's doing his best as a cop, and he's got this crappy blue car, and that's what I hated about.
He was at school.
Yeah,
blue crappy Chevy Nova, yes. Which
this is what I hate about the second one. Everything was all shiny, and it was all shiny and new and everything. And I just thought, I've just taken the Axel Foley out of the second one. This is who he is in this one.
Well, that's what a $300 million profit does.
I know. Eddie's trying to stop his car from running down the hill.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And he goes to his apartment, and he notices the door. Slightly
a lot of stars in this film. I mean, this guy here, I can't remember his real name. His best friend. Who's this fella? He's been in a lot of movies.
He has. I can't remember his name.
The guy that shot him is in Breaking Bad.
James Russo. Mikey Bendy.
Yeah. Jonathan Banks.
Zach. Yes.
One of my favourite actors. And purely because I just think from this film, just such a great baddie.
Yeah.
So Mike is this is Axel's old friend, isn't it?
Yeah, he's still friend.
He's done time, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, they both were thieves. They used to steal cars and all that stuff, didn't they? So,
Time Prophet, you're correct. It is the toaster from Red Dwarf. Yes. Would you like some toast? Axel sees Mikey, and then he
about the bonds.
Would he do this in real life, though? If we're going to try and be hypercritical of this film, would he go to his best friend, who he knows is a cop, saying that I've stolen hundreds of thousands of dollars of German Deutschmark bearer bonds?
Well, I mean, that's just shorthand for actually telling you how close they are, that he can feel that he can go to. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, they preamble this with they used to do crimes together. Yeah, so this is the biggest haul that he's ever had. And
all right,
he's the only person he can trust to tell that he's got it.
Because he knows he won't blob him in. Right, okay.
Yeah. And also Eddie Murphy says to him, look, I don't want to know, and it's just great to see you, and they hug. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, you know what, whatever you've done, I don't want to know. Yeah. So that's shorthand for saying they really love each other and they've grown up with each other, and you know what I mean? So
well, it's a bond, isn't it? It's bond.
Yeah.
So they go to a bar, and Mike is telling that he was working in Beverly Hills
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills with
working in Beverly Hills Cops.
Yes. We knows where Ian's mind's at with Jenny Summers.
Yeah.
Security.
Yeah, because he hadn't seen Jenny in years. Yeah. All three of them.
Yeah. So they obviously had some history when they were younger.
They get drunk, don't they?
They do. And then he goes 8-ball, corner pocket. I can't speak. Corner pocket, 2 cushions, blah blah blah. And then he
loses
bets
his money,
doesn't he? Yeah.
$100.
Yeah. 100, 200, 300. Take it. And then this is the I think this is where he's speaking about Jenny Summers now.
And he says, let's go and steal some cars. And he's like,
that's it, yes.
Cars.
Yeah. I'm a fucking police officer, yeah. And then nice bit of male bonding at this moment when he goes, you know, because I think he took time for Axel, didn't he? And he says, why didn't you dob me in? Don't you know? And he goes, no. I
love you, man.
Because I love you, man. Very good.
So they're pretty much brothers.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Do you think this is a good script, Ian?
It's the thing about the script is you can tell that it's been ad-libbed. They had a construct and they knew what the scenes meant, and it just seems like Eddie Murphy was just ad-libbing a lot in this film, and just being Eddie Murphy, and it's good for the actors as well because they have to work around Eddie. They say that about what's his name, Bill Murray as well. When Bill Murray comes on set, he doesn't really stick to the script. He says what the lines mean, but he says it in his own way.
I mean,
throws off the actors somehow.
A lot of the scenes with Eddie Murphy, John Ashton, and Judge Reinhold, the 2 cops that play Rosewood and Taggart, most of those are improvised throughout, and the entire movie, as it was read, was actually cobbled together from many different drafts. So whenever they hit a dead end in the script, where do we go from here? They just make stuff up, and they've literally wasted hundreds and hundreds of shots. Were ruined.
Lots of film, yes.
Yeah, and lots of film because everybody just burst out laughing all the time.
Well, Eddie was making them laugh all the time. So
it's probably where most of the budget went on film.
I mean, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing, the filmmakers, and Hollywood has a machine, you know, as a machine, and filmmakers, they know how to shoot things fast, and they know how to move fast, and they know about certain scripts that doesn't work. So, and plus you got a talented man like Eddie Murphy who can make up stuff on the spot because he's a stand-up comedian and that's what he does for a living. You know, you really,
fast brain,
you're really in good hands. Do you know what I mean?
So. MC, he's making up as he goes along. That sort of acting. Oh yes.
I I mean,
Well,
most
they
adult
obviously
characters
they had a
are,
construct, didn't they? Sorry.
Yeah.
aren't they? Because it's the same behaviour you'll see from Robert Downey Jr. It actually makes the character.
Well, Robbie Downey Jr. is playing himself, and Eddie Murphy's playing himself
Yeah.
here as well. So I mean, you hire them for who they are. It's like you can't. That's one of the reasons why Spielberg directed unknowns for a very, very long time before he started directing I say real actors, but famous actors, because he loves directing actors. But then when he directed Hook, he was saying that. How could you tell Robin Williams what to do? How can you tell Dustin Hoffman what to do? You can point them in the right direction, but you hire them because they're movie stars. Do you know what I
Just
mean?
wind them up and let them go.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not really directing, really. You can point them
Yeah.
in the right direction, but with actors that are not famous and struggling, you can direct them to a certain degree, more so than movie stars. So yeah.
Right. So they've gone back to Axel's apartment. Mike is blind drunk, and then all of a sudden he goes, Axel.
Gets hit by gets hit in the head by Breaking Bad man.
Yeah. And Total Recall baddie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for Better Call Saul to come back.
Look how young he looks there, though.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Mike out of Breaking Bad.
Absolutely crazy.
Cause. So it's, if you ever come back to, and then all of a sudden,
Shoots him in the head.
bang.
Double tap.
Yeah. So outside the apartment, the cavalry has arrived with the police cars that are left.
Tells him to go to hospital. Doesn't want
Yeah. And then he kind of explains that this is a professional hit because they weren't worried about your time. Was it your narrow ass?
And what's that? This is, I think I want to take a vacation. And he says, I find you doubling in this thing. This will be the longest vacation you've ever taken. Yeah. So that was quite a good line as well.
Yeah.
But I think this was the very first thing he acted in, that guy who played Todd. So that's amazing. I would never have thought that he was...
I thought he was a great actor.
Amateur, yeah.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Yeah. Maybe, again, he was just playing himself.
Yeah, probably.
There you go, folks. The best films are the ones with actors who just play themselves. There you go.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
Right, okay. So it's left. He's going on vacation.
To Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I like the contrasting montage between the one at the beginning through Detroit and this one. It just shows the diametric differences between the two environments.
Okay, so we will go through the montage.
I've seen that
Can't
sign.
beat a montage, can you? Yeah, I've seen that sign as well.
I should have got a picture when I was there.
I think I've seen it twice.
Been there as well.
Yeah.
When you're in Beverly Hills, if you don't have a car, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
You're not.
Yeah. Unless you want to walk 16 blocks.
Sunset Boulevard's about 15 miles long, if I remember rightly. It's massive. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to Los Angeles. So, for Rennie Rodeo, Rod Stewart.
Yeah. Look at his car.
I'm sure
he gives her that smile, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Gives her that smile.
So
I love this scene.
Is it the Beverly Hills something or other? I can't remember the name of it.
Wilshire, Beverly Hills.
Yes,
Wilshire.
yeah. One of the cheapest hotels in Beverly Hills. It's so expensive. But...
Yeah.
MC, never been to America.
He says, take care of my car. This shit happened last time I parked here. Or was it this one? I can't remember. Was it the second
I think
one?
that was in the country club.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, can I take your
There's-
suitcase? I'm going to.
What's his name's in this film as well, isn't he? The guy that was in Lethal Weapon, the TV show. Who
Top
played
trivia
Murtaugh.
on the way. Yes,
He was in this.
Damon.
Williams.
Yeah,
Damon Williams.
Yeah,
he
he's
was in
actually
this.
the guy who gives Eddie Murphy the bananas.
That's right, the gay guy who gave him bananas. Yeah,
And this was his movie debut.
it was indeed. Same thing with Chris Rock in the second one.
Time Prophet. I have been to Spain. I love Spain.
Mm.
So he's after a room. He's from Rolling Stone magazine doing an
Yeah.
interview for
with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
tell Mike what room I'm in when he calls. He says.
I will just say to MC, yes, USA is fantastic. Go to Utah. Utah is the most amazing place you will ever visit. Utah is fantastic. Everybody should go to Utah.
Hmm.
I love the fact he's writing an article about Michael Jackson called "Sitting on Top of the World" for Rolling Stone. In actuality, Playboy ran an article on Eddie Murphy called "Sitting on Top of the World."
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And then there's no rooms. There's a mistake. We don't have a booking under your name. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. With that kind of breathy, nervous laugh. MC, Utah Saints. Yeah. Utah. Amazing.
And then the manager hears what he says. Says the N-word because don't allow no
this
N-word
was,
in this.
was this guy in Total Recall as well?
I don't remember.
Don't know.
Or was he in RoboCop? He was in one of
know.
them.
Well, yeah.
Michael.
Oh
Gregory.
yes. He was in RoboCop as the police officer who goes to when they're trying to talk the mayor. You know, when he's shooting up the place, and he goes, "I'll throw in a blow punt." Remember that?
Not really, but
Yeah, RoboCop. Yeah.
was he?
Yes.
We do have room, sir. It's a suite. How much is it?
Only charge you the single
room rate.
1,200. Was it $250?
230. I think you have to add a zero on that today at the very least.
Yeah.
Time Prophet gets it. Just add 201. 209.
So it's fine.
So,
signs there.
Michael,
signs the thing.
so was it Michael Jackson can't sit on top of the world or something as long as he doesn't go in the Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
Because they don't allow any
Yeah.
in there.
That top he's got on there from Mumford's is actually a genuine school top. When the movie came out, the actual school got swamped with orders for it.
Oh, wow. Mephisto, hello, Mephisto. Ooh, Ed 209, brutal. We will cover RoboCop at some point. One of my top 3 films, RoboCop. Okay, so that will be $250, and then they just look at him. Fine.
When he says fine.
Yeah.
But didn't what you call it? Didn't the Beverly Hills Police Department pay for it in the end?
Yep.
They did.
Yeah. That bit made me laugh as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made me laugh.
Yeah, so obviously Jacko with what he said in the hotel as well. So he's going to see
Jenny.
Yeah. See in the chat, RoboCop. I think I did the stills for RoboCop probably last year. We've just never got around to doing it. We will do it. So this is the gallery where Jenny Summers works.
And I can believe they sell art like that, seriously.
Yeah. This was this guy's first role, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
What was his name? Yeah.
Bronson Pinchot. He played the foreign cousin in what was it called? Perfect Strangers. Yeah. Perfect
Was
Strangers.
he
it was
also
called.
in? It was in Clark and Lois, wasn't he? New Adventures of Superman.
Don't know. I think he was. I'm not sure. But he was in the second one. I know that, selling weapons.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be another 2 guys in this scene as well, but the director actually liked his performance so much they decided to get rid of them just to give him more screen time, which I thought was pretty good.
This was all ad-libbed as well, wasn't it?
Mm.
Pretty much.
Great scene is this.
Eddie needs a haircut.
Yeah. 35 years later, watching it, and it still brings a smile to my...
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Do the director's cut of RoboCop. Yeah, when Mr. Kinney, at the beginning, although every squib that has been in existence was on Mr. Kinney's body. Yeah. Okay, so... And then his assistant turns up with his
shirt unbuttoned.
Open to the navel.
Yeah. The Dr. Scrub.
Yeah. Because what did he say? He's saying how much is a piece of work like this? Was it like...
Oh, yeah. How much did it go for?
Something
$130,000.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
No, I saw one just last week.
Here we go. Get the fuck out of here. Brilliant. Wookiee Fever 1969 at MC. Come to Arizona. Yeah. Utah, Arizona, any place like that. Incredible place.
Mm.
No,
I sold it myself. It's so funny.
Then,
oh my God! Talk about his 80s hairstyle.
Yeah,
she's cute though.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen her anything else though.
Yeah,
after this film.
Yeah, you know, as a teenage boy back then, I thought, yeah, cute, nice, good looking. That's what you want.
That's when they used to roll up their jackets up to the elbow in those days. I remember that.
I'll throw this at you, Ian. Mephisto says this movie could never be made today. Do you think so?
It can be. It's just whether people will stop it being made because of what's happening today, because of current year. But I mean, I think this movie can be made today with the same kind of humor, but not in Hollywood, maybe.
Minus the N-word. Minus the
well,
N-word.
no, not really. I mean, you can still use the N-word if it's said in context. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, yeah, you're right. Okay, so it's all about Mikey, and she goes,
"Yeah,
how is Mikey? Oh, I've not seen him. Blah blah blah.
He's dead.
Dead.
Yeah. Victor.
She's told him that the owner of the gallery is Victor Maitland. And then he goes to the building, a British actress playing the secretary. Smooth talks his way in.
Everyone she was in that movie, isn't she? That British actress. Everyone that she was in that movie.
There he is. What's the name of this character? I can't remember.
I can't remember, yeah, but he was mean.
Z, the name of the character here? Mike from Breaking Bad.
Mike from Breaking Bad. I can't remember his name.
I know it's Jonathan Banks, his real name, but
character name is Zach.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah. I think this was probably the first time I saw Jonathan Banks.
Incredibly odd-shaped head he's got there.
But he made such an impression. I just think he's just such a great character, actor, baddie, just brilliant. And speaking of brilliant, Steven Berkoff.
What is Steven Berkoff wearing?
It's like an old kind of karate.
Yeah. It's weird.
Like a male kimono.
Kimono, yeah.
Mr. Foley.
Yeah.
He's so menacingly evil, isn't he?
Yeah.
Steven Burkoff, fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
He was in Octopussy, wasn't he?
Outland as well. Remember when we did that? And,
Yeah, but he was only in that. He was only in that for like a
as the
little bit.
nutter, yeah.
But in Octopussy and this film, he actually had a major parts. So.
Was it Rambo 2? Was he?
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he had a major part in that too.
Yeah.
He always seemed to be playing villains for some reason.
Yeah,
Actually,
good
for a
in
good
the
reason.
mid 80s, didn't he?
Look at those suits.
Yeah, because he says Michael's been killed, and my God, has he really? Blah blah blah. And then
I just love the complete lack of empathy on his face.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
and
Is
then,
there something I can do for you? Would you like a drink or something? I can't remember what he said. Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, "No, I'm fine." And then he goes, "I didn't quite catch your name." And then gets bored of him. And then his boys turn
Throw him
up.
out the window.
Yeah, 6 witnesses who saw him jump out a window.
I like the bit where he's in the car and he says, "This police car's cleaner than my apartment." He says.
In the chat, Outland, awesome movie. Do that review.
We did it already.
We did it, mate. It's there. It's there, mate. You have a look for it. It's there. We love Outland.
And that horrible wig that stuntman wore when he got smashed through the window. Yeah. Awful.
So here we go. The police turn up literally seconds later.
They were so polite, weren't they? the policemen in Detroit, they would have hauled his ass window. Up. Yeah. What's the chance of being thrown out of a window? Yeah.
Some trivia coming up, by the way. He goes, this is a great... This is the cleanest...
Nicest.
Cleanest.
This is cleaner than my apartment.
Yeah.
Who would like some trivia?
Go on.
Because when I saw this police officer on the left, I thought I recognise him.
Who is he then?
Do you remember the episode Star Trek: The Next Generation where Riker is given the powers of Q?
Yeah.
Is that the older Wesley?
The 25-year-old Wesley, yes.
Oh my God.
I double checked before it came on, and it is.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a real police department place?
No.
Or is that a college?
Well, I don't know about the building, but the interior isn't, because the Beverly Hills Police Department wouldn't allow them in one of their facilities. So it's actually a set which is made up of rejected concept designs of NORAD from war games, because the guy who designed them didn't want them to go to waste. So that's what they envisioned the interior of NORAD looking like.
No, but what I'm saying is that the front, that's not a real police, because it looks like a college or something, or museum.
Where's Rennie when you need her?
Rennie! It looks like a museum.
Mephisto in the chat, well, I'll be damned. That's the older Wesley. It is. As soon as I saw this today, I recognise him.
Is that the actual city hall?
It might be. I don't know, but I was just wondering.
Time Prophet, Zardos is a classic. Wanted us to do Zardos. I don't know it.
Is that the one with Sean Connery?
Yep.
Time Prophet, City Hall. Romeo. Yeah, we love top trivia, buddy. Yeah. Then Mephisto, he wants us to do The Golden Child.
How many people have crossed this saying none.
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 None. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the line where he says, "I've never been in a
Pizza.
cell with a phone before. Can I stay? Because I've ordered some pea soup."
Pizza. It was pizza.
Oh, was it
wasn't
pizza? I think it
Yeah,
said
yeah,
pea
pizza.
soup. And he goes, "Somebody better eat it." He was leaving.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. This is where he gets punched in the belly by
Yeah.
Taggart.
Time Profit. This is one of the reasons why literally everybody, if you turn up on a Saturday night and we recognise you, you get made a moderator, because all about the inverted commas community. And when you're a moderator, you can post links to like top trivia things. So Time Profit, movie locations. Well done, sir. Mod badge earned. Well done, mate. So we've got some quippy dialogue going on, saying we have, was it 6 witnesses saying you broke into his office and jumped out?
Tearing up the place and then jumped out the window, which there were 6 security guards.
Yeah. Says, what are you, a cop? Or I can't remember what the line was he said to him. He said, "Oh, fuck you." Then he punches him in the belly.
Boom. Yeah. Of that.
And then the boss says, "Do you want to file charges against Taggart?" And he says, "No, where I come from, cops don't file charges against cops."
John Ashton, who plays Taggart, fantastic actor. Again, fantastic in Midnight Run. Was it Marvin or Marv?
He's playing the same character.
Yeah.
It's the same guy.
Probably just playing himself.
Yeah, it's all he's played himself.
Yeah.
They actually got the roles of the 2 partners when they were put together randomly at auditions, and they were told to act like a married couple who'd been together a while, and they did the 5 pounds of undigested meat thing in their audition, and they said, "Yep, that's them. They've got chemistry. We want those 2."
Billy.
Taggart in my office now.
Yeah. They do everything by the book.
So 2 actors that I'm aware of who were in RoboCop. The guy
they're both dead, right? These 2 in real life?
I think Ronnie Cox is still about.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was in Stargate as well, wasn't he?
Ronnie Cox is a good actor.
He is a good actor.
I apologize.
I'm kind of thinking now, this film probably had a very, very all these actors, I just think they're great actors. And these were probably the first time I ever saw them, like Ronnie Cox, John Ashton, Judge Reinhold? Jonathan Banks. I just think they're all fantastic actors.
Well, they're all jobbing actors, aren't they? I mean, obviously Eddie is there because of his star power and because he was huge on Saturday Night Live and his and the movies he's made previously. So they're all kind of surrounding him, aren't they? And even though he's less experienced than these people here have more experience than him, Eddie's relying on his talent more so than what he knows. And that's the beauty of this film. As I said, it all revolves around Eddie, and
it
Eddie's
all works so
perfect.
well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Mephisto, Ronnie Cox, Cohagen in Total Recall. Again, we need to cover Total Recall at some point. And Captain Edward Jellicoe in TNG. He was also in Stargate as well as Senator something or other. I can't remember the name. But
you know when we should do Total Recall, don't you?
No.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Welcome to the party, Victor.
Quaid.
I need to get shot.
Michael Ironside in that film.
Yeah, great Michael Ironside.
God, Michael Ironside again.
Nice
Fantastic.
fella.
Are you in contact with?
Nope. Nope. I've lost his number. I haven't spoken to him in donkey's years. So.
Right. I think that's going to be my task this week, trying to make contact with him, because I think Michael Ironside is probably one of my top 3, definitely top 5 actors. Just
He's
fantastic.
putting a lot of weight though, because the last time I saw him, he was in Nobody, and he had put on a shitload of weight.
Yeah, he's in his 70s. Yeah.
And he was in that film a lot more longer than they re-edited it, and there's clips where there's more of him in it.
Yeah. Russian Guyevich, he gets it. Michael Ironside, that man brings gravitas to anything. He does. One of my favourite actors.
I remember watching him
Starship
in
Troopers, brilliant.
The first time I saw him, it was in Scanners.
Oh yes. Same here. I think that's definitely the first time I saw him in the Scanners film. Yeah. Back in the old
Michael Ironside.
VHS.
Yeah, Michael Ironside.
days.
Yeah.
I think the first one I saw him was RoboCop, but he also voices Darkseid in the Justice League.
He does.
Animated series, and does an excellent job on making that guy super sinister.
Rico, you know what to do.
But he's also does the voice of a very famous computer game, doesn't he? Can't remember which computer game it is, but he's
Pac-Man?
No, it's one of those players shoot 'em up ones. Oh, I can't remember. I'll come back to me.
Anybody in the chat?
Command and Conquer 3 Tiberian War.
No, there's I can't remember. Anyway,
and
carry on.
He's also,
not Call of Duty, is it? Something like that,
he's Tom Clancy Splinter Cell.
That's it. That's the one. Splinter Cell
as well. He appears in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 different iterations of that.
Yep, that's it. That's the one.
Mephisto, when Victor's arms gets ripped off.
Ripped off the enemy. Yeah. I thought his name was Victor.
Welcome to the party, Victor. Yeah.
Because of the way Arnie said it. And for years I thought his name was Victor. But it's not, it's Richter.
Yeah. Was this the first role for Ronnie Cox?
No. He'd done a lot of TV before this.
Okay. Right. Again, great actor. So this is where he's saying, do you want to bring charges against...
Yep, and he says, nope. Where I come from, cops don't. Yeah, don't. Cops.
So on his way out, he goes, good punch, Taggart. Gets bailed.
But Jenny.
We just take whatever car we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is where I go, I remember when you were driving that blue, crappy Chevy Nova.
Yeah.
And he goes, what are you driving now? The same blue, crappy Chevy Nova. Then he realizes he's been
followed by the cops.
Romeo. Ironside was also the villain in the next Karate Kid. I don't think I've seen that film.
He was, yeah. That's the third one. No, the fourth one in the franchise, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even remember the third one, to be fair.
Third one was terrible. And the next Karate Kid was even worse. So,
although they did get the Cobra Kai, they got the baddie from the third one, haven't they? Yeah.
Yes, they did, yes.
Yeah. Are you up to date with Cobra Kai, which was absolutely fantastic?
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be another season.
Woohoo!
The fifth season of Cobra Kai has been shot a couple of months ago, actually. I think they shot them back to back.
I think they should stop on the fifth because it is getting a bit samey.
Yeah,
still good though.
And I've really got to rush to binge every single episode of the new season because every channel that I subscribe to on YouTube tends to blow the plot as soon as they've watched it.
Yeah.
Netflix, you need to put it out weekly. Don't drop it in one lump, please.
It's all right.
Moving on.
So it just felt another thing. It felt like it wasn't. They weren't allowed to have a romance between Jenny and Axel. I felt in this movie as well.
Well, they were all school friends, weren't they? So
No, it still grates with me a bit. It was still that thing about, a black guy being with a white girl at that moment in time.
Okay.
But yeah, or I could be completely wrong about it, but still,
I think you're wrong. Well, that's just me.
I probably am.
Okay, so the guys are surveilling Foley.
Oh, he makes them food, doesn't he? Billy's going.
Yeah,
Billy's going. This is
sandwich.
wonderful. Yeah, it's hilarious. That's so funny.
And then Jenny Simmons is how long are you going to be in thingy in Beverly Hills till I find out who killed Mikey.
Mikey.
And the waiter.
He goes, how does he know we were following him? And he goes, because I let you drive.
Axel F was originally called the Banana Theme.
Excellent.
Wow, top trivia. I think was Faltermeyer's next film Top Gun?
No, I think it was Fletch.
Oh, Fletch is a great film.
I think he did the score for Fletch.
Yeah, Fletch is a great film.
I just love this because it's got 80s synthesizers and snare drums running right the way through it. Fantastic.
Look how skinny he is there.
Yeah.
Damon Wayans.
Look how skinny he is. My God.
Lethal Weapon TV series. Did any of you guys watch it?
Watched the first 3 episodes, and that was enough for me.
Well, I stuck with it, and 2 series. It was really good.
A lot of people liked it, yeah.
And then Clayton or Clay, I forget his full name.
He left, didn't he?
He directed one of the episodes, and apparently there was a very, very bad health and safety issue where people were endangered, and they sacked him, and they shot him at the end of. They killed him at the end of season 2, just as everybody was thinking this is really getting good.
They killed
it. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And then they got the guy in from
the Goon.
American Pie.
He was in the
Stifler.
Goon.
Was it Stifler?
Yeah, it was.
Just lost it. They just killed a TV series, which was a shame. It was fantastic, but moving on. So, Free Banana.
How could you call it Lethal Weapon if the main character died? How could you carry on with it?
Well, they thought they could, and they killed the seas, killed it. There you go. Recasting doesn't work every time, does it?
It's a stupid idea anyway. They should never have made it into TV shows. They should have brought the original cast back and made another movie.
Yeah, I was of the same opinion as you, but you kind of get into something and you just kind of start watching it and you kind of click with it. And I thought it was quite good. Obviously, it wasn't a touch on the original, but they did okay with it.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so Banana in the Tailpipe. Wait obviously knows.
Still funny today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're off to the bonded warehouse, do a bit of investigating.
Well, he lets Jenny get out. He doesn't want Jenny to get involved, does he? So he lets her out. I'll see you tomorrow, doesn't he?
No, she drives him there.
She drives him there, but he doesn't allow her to go in. Yeah, he doesn't allow her to go in. So, yeah.
So they pull up at the warehouse. Coffee grounds.
Coffee grinds. And he knows what that means. Eddie Murphy knows what it means.
Pour hot water through it.
Yeah, that's what he says to her. And when he goes up to that, is it in this scene where he goes up to Mel and goes, "What's happening, baby?" He touches the mannequin. That was funny.
This one's for you, Ian. Romeo. No more Richard Donner means no more Lethal Weapon.
Not
ever.
really, because there's a rumor that Mel Gibson is directing.
It's signed, yeah. It's gonna get
directing.
made.
Directing the next one. Mel Gibson's a really good director. I just hope they don't drop the ball with this. I hope they don't make it woke, and I hope they don't have people to replace them and all the stupid tropes that Hollywood do when they bring something back. I hope they just concentrate on how old they are now. And
well, I think if there's anybody who could pull it off in the style of the original, it'd be
Mel
Gibson.
Yeah.
So the couple of drivers, delivery couriers, turn up with this package or crate.
Now, this is the only scene in the film that I have a problem with.
Which is?
Well, they've come from the Bonds warehouse. They've put this into the back of the van. They've driven here. They've taken it out of the van. They open it up, take the bonds out, close it all up, put it back in the van, and go back to the Bonds warehouse. Why don't you do all that in the van?
No, I think this is didn't they not deliver the bonds here?
Well,
I don't understand.
Did they leave them here? I don't know.
With the,
no, they took them with them
in two bags on top of the thing. So it's like literally, it's just to show us the bonds. When I really thought that they could have just opened up one of the crates and found one.
No, you're right. Maybe they didn't know. I don't know. It's a stupid thing in the script, but it's just to show you where they were coming from. And bonds were in there and stuff. So
I will. Time Prophet in the chat. I want the Donner cut of Superman 2. The Superman 2 Donner cut is fantastic.
It is.
Have you not seen it yet, Ian?
Nope.
Oh, you really need to. It's miles better.
So this is almost like exposition, isn't it, of what they're doing?
Maybe they had to check, as you say, they could have checked that in the van.
Yeah.
Or
this is letting the audience.
A crate with a side sticker on it leading to the warehouse.
Agreed, do it in the van. But you wouldn't get these lovely shots, though, would you?
He takes it out so the camera can see what the bonds.
And then there they are in two suitcases on top. So they just came there, emptied it, and went back.
Yeah. So we go back to the police station.
Them off, lost him.
Yeah.
Oh, those two. The banana and the tailpipe.
Welcome to the
What I quite like about this scene is, although they're from two entirely different environments, is if you fuck up in the police, your colleagues are going to rib you about it.
Yeah.
So, although they're from different worlds, they are very much the same.
Yeah.
I think basically it feels like to me that Rosewood and Taggart have a reputation of fucking up a lot. So that's what it came across to me. Yeah. So maybe just that like scene Axel. Was just well, yeah. But Axel's clever though.
Right. Okay. So this is where Axel leaves Jenny Summers.
Yeah.
So bonded warehouse. Yeah, agreed. They could have done it in the back of the van, agreed. But maybe that's just their kind of location of doing other stuff, and it's just force of habit of going in the same place. I don't know. So the crate gets... I love it how it goes up, and it's been dumped.
Yeah.
Which I've just noticed. Have you got a light? Rafferty. US Customs. You've got a fucking problem.
Get me a supervisor.
And this is the is this the red meat and you drink lots of coffee routine?
Yeah. And they're just like a married couple.
It's good, isn't it?
Because you also see this sort of banter between Riggs and
great, isn't
Murtaugh in Lethal
Yeah.
Weapon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is why it works. They work together as a pretty good unit.
Mm. Although not one of them's not trying to kill himself.
I will say again, going back to Lethal Weapon, the TV series, if you stuck with it, they nailed it with the relationship. But anyway.
Mm.
So he wants to see the manifests of every single crate, starting with. And then he
pulls the tags off them. Yeah. Someone's head's going to roll for this. Yeah.
Starting with this one.
Absolutely. This is just like social engineering at its finest, isn't it? Just being
Yeah.
able to bullshit your way into anything.
I've just realised why it's been placed that way.
Yeah, so you can sit on it.
Yeah.
The bit where he goes, what is it? Is that your Porsche outside? I bet that's your Porsche.
You got a fucking problem there.
Yeah.
IRS.
Yeah. No, that's not my Porsche outside the guy.
Yeah, this is the coffee. The scene before was red meat. This is the coffee.
Mm.
Or was it the other way around? I know one scene is coffee, one is meat. This might be meat because he's reading the magazine. Okay.
Mm. That guy over there.
You've got a warrant.
Yeah.
And there was is that your Porsche?
Porsche parked outside. So funny.
Yeah, I'll have a team of 25 IRS officers down here crawling up your ass.
And then he goes, hurry up, quicker, faster, to them at the end.
It's like, no, sir, that's not my Porsche.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, there you go.
And they actually believe him though. Just goes to show the tactics they use in Detroit and the people in Beverly Hills. They're kind of a bit gullible, aren't they? So it's quite interesting.
Yeah, because Rennie's very gullible. So yeah, you're right. Moving on.
Doesn't Rennie live in New York? No, where does she live? Texas. She lives in Texas, doesn't she?
She's Rennie is a Valley girl.
Yeah, but she lives in Texas, though.
She does now. Yes, she does. Rennie, you missed, by the way.
And he comes into the car and he slams the door and he goes,
Yeah. And then he goes, pay has been docked. 2 weeks pay, is it?
Yeah. And then he goes, let's go and buy a drink. Was it? Let's just go and have we're all cops here. Let's go and have a drink. And they go in this strip bar.
That stripper actually recommended the track that they play while she does
Vanity.
her piece.
Oh, right, cool.
And it's written by Prince.
Yeah, Vanity.
Nasty girl.
The late Vanity, yeah. Speak of the devil, it shall appear. Hello, Rennie. Unbelievable. Literally 10 seconds later, Rennie appears. Amazing.
Eddie's really enjoying the scene. He's dancing around, looking at the girls and stuff.
Vanity was in, do you remember The Last Dragon?
Yes, I do.
God, it's a great film, that.
Well, it was good, but a lot of it was rubbish.
Yeah, I know. It was rubbish, but it was super fun.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah.
Bruce Leroy. Yeah. Good stuff.
Billy's
so we're kind of getting
to be there.
Yeah. So we're getting the exposition, coffee grounds, etc., etc.
Eddie's dancing, but he notices something, doesn't he? Notices a guy coming with a coat for summer.
Going back on the Geek scene, Wookiee Fever 1969. Go up your ass with a microscope. Yeah. And then Russian Guyevich, Shogun of Harlem.
They're going to remake that with Samuel L. Jackson, weren't they? And it just all fell through.
I think we should do that film at some point. Last Dragon. Such a fun film.
Catches the bullet with his teeth.
Yeah. I think I watched it early days of lockdown. It's good. It's good. Right, okay. So moving on. So more coffee grounds.
Mm.
Throw the dogs off the scent.
He's saying to them, you guys just have your guns and badges and you don't even know what's going on. And it's true, obviously, because he's from the street and they're not really. So he knows all the tricks.
Time Prophet, shoguns are Japanese, so that would be cultural appropriation. Yeah, you were allowed to do it back then. Can't do it anymore, mate.
Gosh, I hope they don't remake Beverly Hills Cop. I really hope they don't.
No, please don't.
Yeah.
I think Beverly Hills Cop 4 it's been in the perpetual works for God knows how long.
No,
I think
Amazon.
Netflix are going to do it. Is it
No,
Netflix?
Amazon. No, it's Amazon. Amazon's going to do it because he has a deal with Amazon, doesn't he, Eddie Murphy? So they're making a
Coming to America, didn't they?
3. They're making a Coming to America.
So
3.
it was Amazon, right?
Yeah, it was Amazon that did it. But the thing is, though, it shouldn't. So I can understand why they called it Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3. But the idea of him going back to Beverly Hills is stupid. So why don't they just call it Axel F and have him come to England or something? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another fish out of a water tail where American cop is in England. That's what they should do for the next one, and not call it Beverly Hills Cop because everybody knows Axel F. Just call it Axel F. You know what I mean?
Look how well Jack Bauer fitted in London.
Yeah, that was amazing. I loved that last season with him.
Yeah, so they should have done a cop series, but just changed the location. So, like, have I don't know, Chelsea London Cop.
No, well, Piccadilly Circus Cop springs to mind, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
that's the Square Cop.
Yeah,
is there nowhere in England or the UK called Beverly Hills? There must be somewhere.
But what I'm saying is that because like the idea would be the Hollywood would say, no, you got to call it Beverly Hills Cop because nobody will know it's the sequel. And it's like bollocks. Everybody knows Eddie Murphy. Everybody knows Axel Foley. So just call it Axel F. You know what I mean? And just go forward with that. You know, it's crazy for him to go back to Beverly Hills again and meet an aging Rosewood. And you know what I mean? It's just stupid.
I was just going to say Foley and Rosewood.
Yeah, maybe they can come to England or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying, you know.
Here we go. Millwall Cop.
Yeah.
Chelsea Cop.
Yeah, I would just call it Axel F. That's what I would call it after the theme.
Yeah.
And just do it that way.
This is where Axel notices the guys just walking in big leather coats in June or July.
Yeah.
And he goes, no bullshit this time. Wolverhampton Cop. Right. Wolverhampton Cop. I was in Wolverhampton 2 weeks ago.
What about Birmingham Cop?
Yeah, Dudley Cop.
Dudley.
Dudley. I went to Polytechnic Wolverhampton. Happy memories. So they're going to do a heist.
They're going to rob their place. Because I knew it was you. Plays that drug guy. Yeah.
Bill! Good away, man. Philip!
And he just beats the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Just gun hits him in the face twice with his elbow and chucks him over his shoulder.
He does. And
then Billy comes out and goes, freeze! Billy.
So way to go, Billy.
And
obviously the famous pose.
Everybody starts clapping.
And that's where they kind of got respect for each other at that moment, wasn't it? That was where coppers bonded. John Ashton, great actor.
Can you imagine if it was Sylvester Stallone, he would have probably killed them all in the bar and no help from anyone. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, and then there'd have been a scene where he's walking out the front of the club and it would have just exploded behind him.
Crime is a disease. I am the cure.
The cure.
MC Yao from West Bromwich. He is. And this is the famous Super Cop, isn't it? Where it's all
Yeah.
improvised.
Yeah.
Taggart is laughing in real life,
Mm.
and he's trying to not crack up or corpse.
Mhm.
And Eddie Murphy improvised this scene after he'd been drinking coffee all day because he
Apparently
didn't
so.
do drugs, not even nicotine or caffeine. So he'd been tired during the filming of these scenes, so they'd been topping him up on coffee. And he said, "Yeah, I'll have a go at that." And he's so wired that he improv this entire scene.
Mm.
Great,
The
isn't
only
it?
thing that's missing is capes.
Yeah. Super Cops. And then this is where he's actually laughing, isn't it? It's not.
Mm.
It's not despair. It's laughing.
Mm.
At the same time, Judge Reinhold is pinching his thigh to try and stop himself from laughing as well.
Mm. It's a great scene, though. I mean, as I said, right? You know, the art of filmmaking is kind of lost these days, and the script is very tight. Do you know what I mean? And with that one scene in the bar, they bond, and with this scene, they bond as well. And you can tell that the boss, I can't remember his name, Ronnie Cox, is warming to Axel as well. Yeah, he's warming to Axel as well, and that's the thing. You see, it's with what they do. Subconsciously you register that they're getting closer, and that's the thing. You see, in today's I watched Dune again, and I was like, you know what, this film is so slow and can't connect to anyone, and you know what I mean, and it just so annoying that people don't realize that script writing is an art and best served
I was
about
thinking
the audience.
I was thinking of doing Dune, or was it June?
No, man, I'd fall asleep again if I had to watch that again. Seriously. And I, it's not a bad film. It's well made and everything, but come on, I didn't connect with anyone in that film at all until the ending, the mother and the son thing. And that was about it, really. But I don't know. It's just really puzzling how people really like films. I don't know. It's to me, it feels like a bit of a cancer, really. That if one person at an established point and they go, "I like that film," everybody falls into line. As I said, I don't like
Dennis. I like Denny though.
Who?
Denis Villeneuve.
Oh, you can't pronounce his name. You like him? I mean, each to their own, right?
Blade Runner 2049. I know you hated it or didn't like it.
Sucked big time. 15 minutes to walk to a door. What's that all about? You know what I mean?
But what a 15 minutes.
Oh, bollocks. It was boring. Come on. There's only so much photography you can take in one sitting, for God's sakes. That film should have been cut in half. Should have been 90 minutes tops.
Yeah, you could have had, agreed. You could have had Blade Runner 2049 Part 1. Blade Runner 2049 Part 2. So you are absolutely correct, Ian.
It was rubbish.
Right, okay.
Anyway, sorry, carry on. Beverly Hill Cops.
Okay. And I haven't figured you guys out. Perfectly Good line.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put the other two on him, don't they?
Yeah.
Those two idiots. Banana and the tailpipe.
Here we go. In the chat, I trolled through Amazon Prime yesterday, and there was FK All to watch that I hadn't seen already. Watched Bad Day again.
Wow.
Then the Sweeney.
High praise indeed.
Sucker for punishment, that guy.
Yeah, I know.
Although I do like both films. I'm assuming Sweeney, is that the 20? Is that the Haley Atwell?
I didn't like
version?
that one. I prefer the Sweeney TV show.
Yeah.
And the movies. I love the movies as well.
Yeah, the movies was
1
great.
and 2. Yeah.
So the 18, yeah. Nice house. Maitland's house.
Wow.
Gonna do a stakeout.
He said he was having a picnic.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. Just having a picnic.
Yeah. So, well, the
And this is
guy
where
on the left goes, you look like a guy who's on a stakeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the bit where he ditches them, doesn't he? He drives through
Yeah.
the red light.
Well,
They
that's
can't get
absolutely
him.
enough. Go take some of the sights.
Mm.
So he's off. Car pulls up. Yeah.
Pretends his car is stalled, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh my God. Old
Yeah, old
Sweeney.
Sweeney, yeah.
Sweeney, great.
You slags.
The films were
You
fantastic.
muppet. Get your trousers on.
Didn't Diane Keane, or was it Linda Bellingham, get them
No,
out?
it was Linda Bellingham. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the first Sweeney movie. Yeah, she gets drugged.
She had it.
She gets drugged.
Yeah, that's the Oxo woman for everybody over there.
She's gone now, isn't she?
Yeah, she died. Yeah, she died of cancer.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, quite young, I think, relatively young.
Mm.
So he's off in his crappy Chevy Nova, and then they go to the country club.
I've been in there. Well, it's not a country club. I can't remember what that place is.
I think Time Prophet posted locations link earlier on. So this is where he says this happened the last time I came here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Harrow Country Club.
Oh, I can't remember. I have been in there, but I can't remember why or when. There's a bit where he pretends to be gay in it. He goes in there.
10.
Yeah, 10, yeah.
It's got Herpesimex 10,
Ramon, yeah.
which is cold sauce.
Yeah, things start falling off on a man. And then he goes, I think you better tell him. Time Prophet died of Oxo.
Oh, dear.
Again, mate. Okay, cuz. Are you still pissed at me?
And chucks him over the table, doesn't
I
he?
love that scene.
Get away from me, man. Get the fuck away.
He
Two
gets all that stuff
stuntmen
off
now.
his face.
Yeah. This will take you out of the film. Two stuntmen. What the fuck is that?
He's in black tab, is he? He's not a white guy with a wig on, is it?
Surely they could have done that. So it wasn't that difficult, was it, to do that?
No,
stunt?
it's not that. It's insurance. That's
Health
the
and
reason
safety,
why.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What,
If you're
even back there.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you're just talking about Hollywood movie. In Hollywood movie, you can't make unless you're Tom Cruise, of course, you can't make the actors do the
Cruise, yeah.
stunts. Yeah, unless it's completely safe.
Right.
So I guess this was considered not safe. So
Again, Time Prophet. Thank you, my friend. Movie locations.
I think they actually tightened up after that, after the accident filming the Twilight Zone movie, which was in 82.
yeah.
Wookie Fever 1969. Eddie Murphy is an awesome actor. He is what made the 80s. Sorry, he is what made the 80s so great to be grown up in. At least for me, at least for me personally, Eddie was an icon for that. He was.
He still is.
He is. Yeah.
He based his acting, would you believe, on Bruce Lee.
Wow.
He actually said that. He said he said he based all his acting stuff from Bruce Lee. He used to watch loads of Bruce Lee films.
Time Prophet says the house was in Pasadena. It's not Robert My Burnett's house, is it? He lives there.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know I've been in there, Harrow. I know I've been there. I don't know what for. I don't know. I can't even remember.
It's just a shame, as I said. Obviously, there's the insurance. It's just a shame they just couldn't have. Yeah.
He gets arrested and he says, "See you soon."
Because he knows he's into some I know you're into some serious shit.
Mm.
Yeah. And then it's crawl back under the rock you came from.
Yeah.
Stephen Burkoff, great paddy.
Mm.
So here we go. He's been arrested. Don't I know you?
Yeah. And this is where he knows about coffee grounds.
Yeah.
The boss.
Yeah. So it's kind of just basically telling him what he knows.
Go back.
Yeah. So this is the coppers doing coppers. The mutual respect for coppers coming through, isn't it?
Mm.
And then the
No.
Here
commission.
comes the boss.
Yeah, here comes the boss. You'll notice that he's holding a piece of paper.
Mm.
That is the revision for this scene.
And he, what is it? He says, he can't hear me from down there. And everybody goes, yes, he can. Do you remember that bit?
Yeah.
It's just the man that wrecked the buffet at the Harrow Club.
You're the pride of your police department.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
He does the impression, yeah.
Bear with me. Wookie Fever 1969. Sorry, a bit too much of the joy juice.
Mm.
Somebody's going to do it, pal.
Yep.
So this is where it says, surely he can't hear me through the walls. Yes, he can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, funny.
And he's off. Please show Mr. Foley to the city limits. Meanwhile, back at the art gallery, Maitland's got some information for Foley. Jonathan Banks' his character, fucking hell, he just looks like you don't want to fuck with him. Yeah. So informal chat, reading the art magazine. He's a bad boy, isn't he? He asks Jenny if she's seen Foley, and she says not recently. Oh, that was it. He was asking where he's staying, and she doesn't know. So they leave. Foley's been shown to the. Was been going to be shown to the city limits.
Yeah.
Billy. This is where he explains that they've got a shipment coming in today. Billy.
He's. I think Billy's really into this for the adventure. You know, just likes being naughty. Yeah. It's really good because it's from the strip club scene and Axel covering for them in the cop headquarters to this point here. It's just this camaraderie that's growing between them, and I really like that.
Yeah.
He's gone from being like hard-nosed, strictly by the rules, to just like, oh, I'll try not to get involved, but ultimately is going to get involved.
Yeah. And save his life. So goes to the gallery. Would you like an espresso with the lemon twist? If it's no,
I'm making myself.
If it's no bother, in the chat, go to the city limits. Alec Baldwin will be there to meet you. Stream killer, literally. So they go to the warehouse. And he asks, says, is there any chance of giving me that key?
Nope.
No.
Unless I go with you.
Yeah. For an 80s chick, she looks great there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't chuck her out of bed.
Yeah.
I'd be lucky to get her in.
So opening one of the crates, coffee grounds. Oh, look, there's something white. And it ain't sugar.
It's Bolivian marching powder.
Oh, yes.
And it's flour.
Yes, MC. Yeah. So the
Big
baddie
hair,
from
big shoulders.
Yeah. The baddie from Total Recall pops in. Rosewood looking gormless because he's seen it go down because all the baddies are arriving. Maitland's arriving.
And he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you would have thought they would have just killed him.
Yeah, but that'd be end of the movie, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And then he goes to Jenny Summers. Shut up!
Mm.
I'd be more worried about what we're going to do with you.
Of course, and he takes her away. Why, I don't know.
Why
would he do that?
Scenes just would not be made today at all.
Mm.
And this is the scene where he just looks at Foley. He doesn't say anything, and then just shakes his head. And it's just like, fucking Burkoff. Oh. Moving on. Such a great actor.
Mm. But it makes you wonder, what were they going to do with Jenny? What was he going to do with her? Why did he take her away?
No idea.
Yeah. So is this a possible flaw in the plot?
Maybe he wanted to have his way with her. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they should have just shot him in the head.
Yeah, just taking care of both of them at the warehouse, disposed of the bodies.
Mm.
But, now this gives him a reason to go to Victor Maitland's house.
Yeah.
He punches him in the belly.
Because, yeah, when he popped your friend, because he told him he popped his popped Michael, didn't he?
Mm.
Are you still pissed at me?
Now that's the thing, you see. What is it? I mean, even though it's got these gaping big holes, well, it's not a hole. It's just basically logic flaws in the script. It still didn't spoil your enjoyment.
Because they're not taking the piss out of the viewers.
Yeah,
it's from the right place, isn't it?
Yeah, unlike Martha, that kind of logic was absolutely stupid.
My favourite scene, that was Martha.
Seriously,
why did you say that name?
Stupid, absolutely stupid. I mean, really. Anyway,
was it a year ago to the day that Snyder Cut was released? I'm sure I saw that on the Twattersphere today.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a year today or yesterday, certainly, that Snyder Cut was released.
Mm.
One of the small victories for the fans.
Oh, yeah, victory, but, I'm not in a rush to watch it again. I thought it was a longer version of a mediocre movie.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And everybody went crazy over it, and this version is better than Whedon's version, but it's still flawed.
Yeah,
completely flawed.
Although it was this channel's number one top 10 moment of last year, which we said on the New Year's Day show. Okay, so Maitland's leaving and Zach.
Caution, speed bumps ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. When you get punched in the belly, you don't recover fast. It depends on how tough your stomach is. But I swear, I mean, I got punched in
Yeah.
the belly once. I couldn't recover. I
Yeah.
was like on the floor, going.
Hmm.
Yeah, he has abs of steel.
Oh yes.
Isn't he? He
Eddie
gets
Murphy,
punched
innit?
like 5
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
What, like plot
2
armor
hours.
even?
Yeah. Oh. So Billy's coming in to save the day at 17 minutes to 4.
Yeah.
Then
Shoots
boom.
him. Boom. Squib and no blood.
Yeah. So we'll see him again in Total Recall. And then cue some Faltermeyer. Great music. And Billy asleep in the car.
When
Calling
he
in the
tells
warehouse.
Yeah.
he tells Taggart, doesn't he? And Taggart's like, "What the hell are you doing, Billy?"
Yeah. And
And there you go. The
Palm
NORAD
Valley Road or
dashboard
something.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. War games. Shall
Do you think
we
that's
play
a
a game? Yeah.
Do you think that's the script on screen?
Okay.
Time Profit in the chat about 4 hours later. Yeah. So they're trying to break into Maitland's.
And then Taggart
Taggart
arrives.
arrives.
I like that bit where he puts his hands on his hips and he says, I can't remember the line, he says, "Don't go in there, Billy." And he goes, "I've got to, Sarge." Or whatever. I can't remember the line.
In the chat, I got punched in the belly and it did cure my hiccups. Oh, look at that. Can you read that, Ian?
I like Beverly Hills Cop 3. Beverly Hills Cop 3 was directed by, what's his name?
John Landis.
John Landis, wasn't it? And it was really disappointing. It had a lot of John Landis jokes in there, but it's
John
I
Saxon
like
in
the
it as
sequel
well.
to this, but I wasn't a big
Yeah, I
fan of
quite
Beverly
like
Hills
2.
Cop 3.
Yeah.
I didn't like 2 at all. I just thought it was too slick and it didn't capture the idea of Axel Foley at all. And it was directed by, what's his name, Scott, wasn't it? It's like,
Yeah, Tony.
and the way he directs action's absolute rubbish. But anyway, whatever. Taggart decides to join the gang.
Yeah. And then the security guys.
Foley's on the ground.
Yeah. And then Bogomil saying, "Where's Taggart? Where's Rosewood?" And yeah, on the grounds.
These bits are so funny, aren't they? When he's trying to climb the wall, and they're absolutely hilarious scenes.
Time Profit in the chat. I got 11% of the Donna cut.
Is that a joke?
I don't know.
I will say I think I watched it online. It is floating about online, the Donna cut. Really good. So this is the comic relief, isn't it? To take the edge off the serious situation that's approaching.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the bit where he finds out and then he makes a decision to actually join them.
There we go. He's downloading it. I will see. My Donna had 11% meat and chili sauce. Yeah. I will say to the Time Prophet, if you are downloading it, could you fire a link over on Twitter, please?
What's that, Beverly Hills Cop 2?
No, the Donna cut. Because what I kind of usually do is a we transfer and then just throw it to everybody. So they're trying to get up.
That bit was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, again, here you go. Romeo. Tony Scott directed True Romance was a great film.
Didn't really like it. It was okay.
What?
It was all right.
Was it Dennis Hopper and the Italians?
Yeah, it was fun. That was a fun scene.
No, when he knows he's going to die. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Tarantino wrote that, didn't he?
He wrote it. It was directed by Tony Scott. And Tony Scott is not a very good director at all. His brother's all right, but Tony kind of not very good.
Yeah.
In my
I will
opinion.
say, MC, throw it in the Twitter messages, mate.
Those
Can't touch
splints
this.
look like they've just been knocked together, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like made of stone or anything.
Yes.
No.
Cardboard.
Yeah.
You know, and the LAPD tries to use satellite tracking system to find them, but they actually made that shit up. There was no such thing as GPS at that time.
No. Also,
Wow.
the scene where he
curve.
was climbing the wall didn't have those things on top, was it? It was just a straight wall. Suddenly he's on top of there.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
In the chat, not seen True Romance.
Don't
It's
bother.
great.
Don't bother. It was all right. Just I
Oh,
wasn't overwhelmed by it at all.
I liked it a lot.
Well, that's good. Good for you.
But I was young and naive.
Yeah, it's all right. I just didn't think it was as great as everybody made it out to be. That's all.
Yeah, put it on DVD.
Mm.
So this is where Taggart gets over the balcony,
Yeah.
the palace.
He's suddenly quite thin, Taggart, there, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
quite
is he?
thin.
Yes.
And it's got more hair in his head as well.
Yeah. So he couldn't even fall off the balustrade and hit the ground without.
Well,
the
they
stuntman
did.
in it.
He did fall off when he was on Rosewood's shoulders, and that was really him that fell. So
Right.
they must have done that accidentally and fallen. But this bit here, obviously, is a stunt guy
Oh,
that
right,
fell
okay.
off the thing. So
this is where war breaks out.
this is where all the stunt people get it.
Freeze! Boom.
Shoots him. They shoot like stormtroopers. They're crap.
That's
Even
why they all
back then.
died.
Yeah. Nice perspective in the shot.
Mm.
Beautiful
Leading
framing.
lines.
Yeah.
Leading
Beautiful
lines
framing,
towards the
yeah.
person shooting. Boom.
Beautiful framing, yes.
Oh, it's closed his eyes.
Yeah. It's impossible to shoot a gun and keep your eyes open, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never shot a gun. Ever.
No, I keep my eyes very much open when I kill people.
And then gunshots reported at the said address.
And they get all the police there. It's funny because that scene, I think they used the same location. You ever see Dragnet? The film Dragnet
Yeah.
with
Bitterly disappointed with that film.
yeah, at the ending where all the cars turn up. It's almost
Yeah.
the same scene as this
Yeah.
bit here.
Time Profit, you need to sort that out on the Twitter for us, mate.
In the old days when they used to actually, shoot blanks out of a gun. Now they shouldn't, but they still do.
Mr. Brown, Kate Beckinsale, in brackets, fit, close brackets, learned to shoot with her eyes open for the Underworld movies.
Really?
I thought it was impossible. When you pull the trigger and the recoil of the gun and the noise, it's human reaction to blink. I may be wrong. Or was that sneezing? Can't remember.
Don't know.
I know it's impossible. Is it impossible? It's impossible to sneeze and keep your eyes open.
I know that a lot of people say a lot of things are impossible, like what is it, rubbing your head and rubbing your stomach and patting your head at the same time. That is possible.
Data could do it.
Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah. So the police are arriving in droves. Here we go. The music is great for this part as well. Harold Faltermeyer was a star, in the background.
I wonder if he does any more music for films, or has he just stopped?
I know I'm sure he's done the new Top Gun whenever that comes out.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
That is going to make a lot of money, Top Gun 2, isn't it? They've been sitting on it 2 years now, haven't they?
Yeah, I was never a fan of the first one.
The first one's okay.
Yeah. I don't care if I watch the second one or not. It makes no difference to me.
I like Top Gun.
Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. Watch out for the squibs. Yeah.
Out comes a shotgun.
Yeah. Boom.
And you can see him behind the smoke.
And the bit where he's talking about what is it? The Sundance Kid. The ending. He's going.
He died.
Yeah. And he goes, "What is it? What is it? I'm never going to forgive you for this, Billy." He says to him. When he comes up and he goes, "Police! Everybody, put your hands down." They start shooting him, and he goes, "If you do that again, I'll shoot you myself." So funny.
Was John Ashton in Beverly Hills Cop 2?
Who's John Ashton?
The guy, Taggart. Was he in it? I can't remember.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was.
Right.
Is that his real name, John Ashton? I did not know that. Taggart should have just said Taggart. Yeah, he was in it. They thought he was they thought he was the president at one point in the second one, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah. Well done.
And Billy makes sure that he gets a shotgun in the next film.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And a jacket as well, long overcoat. Yeah.
They've got two.
And in the third one, he was like, it was a bit rubbish, really. In the third one, he was hardly in it, as I recall.
I know, great director, but
just I remember reading the or watching the making of it. They were saying that the script was rubbish, but they just shot it anyway.
Here we go. I'm just reading this. Stephen Amore. Hello, Stephen. First is the one with Stephen Burkoff. Yeah. Discussions about his techniques when I was at acting school. He has a bit of an attitude on him.
No shit.
Yeah. I think that's what makes him edgy, though.
I think he said he absolutely hates this film.
Of course he does.
Stepping Stone.
He's very much an artist.
He's a thesp, yes.
Yeah, he's an artist, and real so-called artists, they don't like things like this at all. Popular stuff.
Yeah, but it pays for your nice house, doesn't it?
No, it's just pretentiousness. That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
At one point, everybody hated Spielberg. I remember in school, film school, people considered Spielberg not a real artist. And now you look back, he was an artist. So it's just pretentiousness. That's all.
Michael Caine doesn't have any problems about. Was it Jaws 3?
Well, remember, Michael Caine was considered a bad actor a long time ago. He was like into. Now you look back at it and you can tell that man knows what he's doing completely. Actors have to earn a crust, don't they? So
Jaws 3 paid for his mother's big house.
Right. Yeah. So I was watching the Ipcress File on ITV.
Oh, is that any good?
No, it's watchable.
It's the TV series, isn't it?
Yeah, it's watchable, but it doesn't have any style. It's really directed blandly. Everything looks nice and some really bad visual effects in it. And it's just the music from John Barry in the movie was terrific. In this one, it's really bland. Everything's bland. Amazing. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't like British stuff because they don't have any. They get everything technically right, if it comes to photography and stuff. But when it comes to style and adding some flavor to something, they don't. Everything's just bland.
Yeah, I'll agree. Rebecca Gold.
Yeah, bland as shit.
Thank you, MC. It was obviously Jaws, the Revenge number 4.
As if a shark has the ability to have revenge.
What film do you fancy doing next week? I was kind of thinking Jaws.
Did we not do Jaws?
We've not done Jaws.
You sure?
Positive.
Oh, I did Jaws with PJ, didn't I? Yes. Keep getting mixed up.
Name something we could do with Jaws, or come up with a suggestion what we could pair it against, and then we'll get the chat to quickly select. So we've still got Godfather 2 to do.
God, no, I can't sit through that again.
Yeah,
I liked it, but I can't. It's just too long.
Yeah, I know. I watched it this week, and I didn't take any stills, and I wished I had, because 3.5 hours.
That's what I'm saying. I can't watch it. I can't watch something
good.
that long again. It's a good film.
Yeah, it's a 3.5 hours.
He didn't want to make it. The director, he didn't want to make it, but he said the first one was so hard. The second one was easy because they gave him everything. So he didn't really struggle making the second one. He didn't think it was going to be that successful, but it outstripped the first one. So there you go. And he said it was the easiest film he ever directed. No challenge to it whatsoever. So there you go.
Should we do Jaws next week? Unless we come up with anything better. Should we say Jaws?
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, we're going to need a bigger stream. Okay. So provisionally, boys and girls, we're going to be doing Jaws provisionally. But like with show business, things change. Okay, so. And this is where Zach gets blown away.
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to need a rubber shark.
And then he gets one in the arm, doesn't he, by Victor Maitland.
Yeah.
Mr. Foley.
Romeo. Yeah, I did like the fly as well.
Mm.
Anyway. So he's dead.
And then we got the Adidas trainers.
Yeah.
Advertisement.
Yeah, subtle product placement. I noticed that as well, yeah. Yeah, we'll do Jaws. I've not seen Jaws in a long time, and it's got Roy Scheider in it.
Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw.
Roy Scheider.
Robert Shaw.
Great actor.
We
need to do Blue Thunder at some point.
Blue Thunder is a good movie.
Oh, I love Blue Thunder. Okay, right. I'll tell you what, right. Boys and girls in the chat, the choice is Blue Thunder or Jaws. So the 11,000 people who are watching, what do you want to do? What do you want us to do next week? Blue Thunder or Jaws? So you've got about 10 minutes. Right, okay. So Maitland shoots Foley in the arm. The police arrive and they're just going through the gates, aren't they? Oh, Z, pack it in, behave. Oh, motherfucker.
See the body.
If we do Total Recall, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and approach Michael Ironside.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. So
that would be amazing to get him on.
That is my homework this week. Yeah.
Michael Ironside.
I love that guy. Fantastic.
So is he on social media, Michael Ironside?
No idea. So, as I said, I'm going to investigate that this week.
I don't think he is, but I'll be pretty surprised if he is.
Yeah. Okay, so the guys are escaping, or so they thought.
That is the entirety of the police department.
Yeah. So we're getting towards the end now. So
Yeah, and Jenny was only captured so he could do this bit.
Romeo. Sorry, I wasn't clear. I vote Blue Thunder. Scheider versus Malcolm McDowell. He killed Captain Kirk. Beat Scheider versus the Shark. Scheider in both films.
They're both good films. Both of them.
Why? Because I love Roy Scheider so much. We'll do one next week and then one the following. So that sounds like a fair deal, doesn't it? Looking so far, I think it's going to be Blue Thunder next week. Be careful with that gun, Mr. Foley.
He missed though. He had a chance to kill Foley and he missed him. Hit the wall instead.
Yeah, quite some way out as well.
Yeah.
But I quite like how Ronnie Cox's character has no hesitation in emptying his entire gun into him.
Yeah.
In the chat,
overkill.
Airwolf is no more, mate. It did crash in Germany, yes. And then, boom! Look at that.
It's real squibs. Are you sure? How many bullets did he get? And then they had that really odd shot where he falls down the steps. It's like there's no steps there. He hits the wall, and then next thing you know, you got a cut where he's falling down the steps. I'm like,
I always remember the stunt man when he fell down the stairs. Fantastic stunt work.
Yeah.
Oh, my view. Blue Thunder, bollocks, Jaws, awesome. Well, to be fair, I think both are good.
They're both good movies.
Both are good, yeah. See, MC agrees. Both awesome. So the rest of the baddies are surrendering. Because freeze!
Yeah, he comes up and says...
Yeah.
So funny.
So the rest of the police turn up with ambulances. A little bit of chit-chat.
And this is where the boss has to make up why they're there and stuff.
Romeo. Scheider has such a diverse filmography. All that jazz, Jaws, 2010.
Marathon Man.
Yeah,
Marathon Man.
Yeah.
Brilliant. He was brilliant.
Such a great actor.
He's a serious actor as well. Very serious about his craft.
He was even great in Sequest.
Yeah, I mean, about that moment in time, he was, doing stuff for money and, jobbing actor and all that. But before, he was kind of a movie star.
Was in the he was in the French Connection, wasn't he? Or the second one?
The first one. He was in the first one. He didn't want to do the second one.
Yeah. So this is where the commissioner turns up. No scripts in hand this time.
There he goes. What is it? Well, I guess congratulations are in order.
Well, I remember Cohen and Tate was a Scheider film with one of the Baldwin brothers. It was like a low budget film in the 80s. That was a really good film.
And also, he was in a film directed by William Friedkin, where they had to drive this truck over bridges and stuff. I can't remember what that one was called, but I know he was in that one. So he's been in a lot of movies.
In the chats, this is at me. You are entitled to your bollocks view on Blue Thunder, no matter how wrong it is. I will fight for the right for you to have that bollocks bad take.
Hey, what?
Joke.
Oh.
I think he's disagreeing with us in jest. I know you're joking, mate.
About what? What's he disagreeing about?
Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder is a good film. It's an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
But Jaws is a classic.
Both are great movies, in my opinion.
Mm.
What's this man doing here?
Yeah.
Bleeding, sir.
Yeah. And this is where he's. So what happened? And he's just lying his ass off, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what he says to him at the end, isn't he? You lied
And
your ass off.
Then he goes, so what really happened?
Yeah, I think he just does the right thing to do, really.
Yeah.
Just
like the chief said.
Yeah. You expect me to believe that report? Well, that's the report I'm filing, sir.
And he wanted it on his desk the next morning. So there you go. So this is where just like
foreshadowed when he asked him before whether what's his name's telling the truth, didn't it? So
yeah. So congratulations are in order.
Mm-hmm.
You were laying your ass out. And then he kind of says, I'm probably out of a job, but could you have a word with Inspector Todd?
Mm.
And then he's leaving the Beverly Hills Hotel, or whatever it's called. I can't remember the exact name, but this is where they pick the tab up, isn't it?
They do indeed. And he gets them some towels.
Yeah.
Or is it not towels? What is it?
Robes.
Bathrobes or something. Yeah.
He's got 3.
Billy, this is for you.
Yeah.
I
love you,
you
brother.
saved my life. Yeah.
I love you, brother.
Interestingly enough, the guy who checks him out of the hotel is actually the director, Martin Brest.
Mm.
Probably don't get to see him there, but and he actually decided to make this movie on a flip of a coin, which he
did indeed
kept and still has it hanging up in his office.
He didn't want to make this movie at all. He had to be
the rest
persuaded.
is history, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is where it says, "One drink won't hurt us, Billy."
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah. So, and that's the end of the film, and then we get the more excellent 80s music. So, Z, a paragraph. How do you feel about the film?
Absolutely amazing, and you could. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's just what classic from the 80s that you just can put on at any time. It's right up there with things like the Goonies and the Star Wars movies. It's a product of its time. It's absolutely fantastic. Lots of things in this would just not happen today. You wouldn't get that strip bar scene, and you wouldn't have get the racism that's in it. I just don't think it would be made today. So it's great to come back and watch this once again. And it was a great film. Love it.
Agreed. Ian, thoughts? Closing thoughts?
Yes, it's a good movie. They made good movies in the 80s and the 90s. You know, that's what they did, and they were very much trying to please the audience, and also they're very much in need of talent. And Eddie Murphy at that time, he struck the right chord with several films. Because of Saturday Night Live. Very young, and he's very talented as well. So yeah, I mean it's a very enjoyable movie, and I watched it again, and it's still enjoyable. You know.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I will say to everybody in the chat, marks out of 10 for this one. I've given it 8 out of 10.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'd probably say an 8.5, but we're not doing half. So 8 out of 10 has given it 9. How many did you say, Z? 8? Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to give it an 8. Yeah, it's great fun.
Ian, what would you give it out of 10?
Yeah, 8.
8. So quickly, boys and girls, you've got a few minutes. So marks out of 10. I think that's it. So I will thank the chat. Romeo says 9 out of 10.
Excellent. And I mean, it made such an impression.
8.5
on Paramount that they actually greenlit a sequel off the first private screening.
Wow! Before it even made it its money. Wow!
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, Eddie was
see.
huge then, anyway.
He was.
So
He was. Stephen 8. Yeah. So I would say this movie is a strong 8 out of 10 by the looks of it, which I'd agree with that. Okay, so I'll just say to everybody in the chat, cheers, guys. Always the same peeps turning up. So appreciate you seeing. Good to see you anyway. Next week, Blue Thunder or Jaws. Probably going to be Blue Thunder. Whichever we do next week, the other one will be the following week. So cheers for popping in. I'll thank the guests. Z, thank you, my friend.
You're very welcome, and I'll be happy to come along for the next one and stick a banana in your tailpipe.
Oh, yes. And last but by no means least, the wise elder of the channel, writer, director, Paul, blah, 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 blah. It's Ian David Diaz. Thank you, Ian.
no worries.
I think that's it. I think we may be popping up. We always say this every week during the week because Halo is out this week. Ooh.
Halo.
I think that's it. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Stay safe. Take care.